This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
This woman is your lawful wedded wife.
Ooh, yeah!
Oh, no. Place the ring on her finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
Hello, and welcome to With This Ring, number 18. I'm your co-host, Ryan Everett.
I'm Cindy Everett.
And today we're going to,
Oof.
the third time, wrap up our GWCW list and just kind of look at the uniqueness of WCW.
That's a nice way of saying it, yes. The uniqueness.
And we've already done some of the unique things by having a month-long show on Halloween Havoc. So
right.
That covered, the Mummy raping Hulk Hogan and a monster sumo truck match all in the same night.
And the
Chamber of Horrors.
The Chamber of Horrors following the electric chair switch falling off the wall.
With the faithful lover.
Right.
But so today we looked at a couple of 4 matches, I think.
Oh, let me look.
What was the first thing we actually did?
The first one was just an intro. I don't know if you counted that one.
Okay, yeah. Good. All right. I thought that's where we started, but I just want to make sure. All right. So, yeah.
Yeah, how did you pick these? Maybe you could talk about your rationale.
So, I kind of looked at for one thing, I wanted to do like 1990 to 1999, like when it's all Turner WCW. And then I kind of decided the cutoff would be October 1999, because that's when Vince Russo got hired.
Okay.
And he was he's one of the head writers of the WWF in like 97, 98 when it got cooking.
Gotcha.
But then he got hired away by WCW.
Oh.
And it became very apparent that he might have been writing a lot of ideas for WWF, but he needed the filter of Vince McMahon to keep him on track. And that's kind of when WCW... They were already kind of swirling the ball, but this kind of
kind of flushed them down the drain.
More crap in the toilet bowl, I guess.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So it became very clear that Vince Russo, if he pitched like 10 ideas to Vince McMahon, there'd be like 2 that they would keep, 3 that they would like modify, and 5 that he would be like, no, we're not doing that. And with no filter, Vince Russo WCW that could be a whole podcast in itself. Yes, of his ideas.
Is he still alive?
Oh yeah, he's alive, and I'm sure he has a podcast.
I was gonna say, everyone has a podcast nowadays.
Of course,
we have a podcast.
We have a podcast. Yeah. To nobodies.
Yeah. So Vince Russo couldn't have his podcast and talk about all his ideas.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so I'm on the meat of WCW.
Gotcha. It's heyday.
Yes, it's heyday of great ideas. So the first thing we watched was SUPERBRAWL 1. There's 2 different matches. First was Black Bart versus Big Josh.
And we didn't watch the match. We just watched the intro. Because a lot of animals are involved. And we have Ricky the Steamboat's son on a pony.
Yes.
And then this one really surprised me, though. It was 2 giant grizzly bears walking on their hind legs. Oh, my God. They have the huge muzzles. Poor animals. I'm sure Peter would have a lot to say about this. They're muzzled. The one starts peeing everywhere. They just kind of walk out with this crazy lumberjack.
Well, it's Big Josh. He's from the Pacific Northwest, so of course.
So obviously, why is
it
like big beavers? Isn't that Oregon's mascot? Just get some big beavers. Jay Law would have fun with that one.
Oh yeah. So Big Josh, he would eventually go on to be the original Doink the Clown in WWF.
Oh.
And when Doink was an actual good character, an evil clown, not the cartoony one that he became later.
Oh, okay, like a Pennywise type.
Yeah. He at one point said that he hurt his arm and then took his arm off in the cast and beat Crush with it.
Nice.
It's very good. So that was just to look at the WCW.
There's a good lead off clip to really
Yes.
kind of shock me into what we were in store for.
And then I think a match or two later, we had the great and powerful
Wizard of Oz, which does not make any sense.
No.
I don't know if we just didn't watch enough lead up, but honestly, I don't think
There was no lead up
Really?
to that. That was just
Lord.
like, here's a new character. It was basically Turner Classic Movies has the rights to Wizard of Oz now, so
Right.
let's have the Wizard of Oz.
They could have used a little bit more structure. It could have been a little tighter, or a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Because there was just a monkey running. I think the monkey ran away at some point.
Yeah, yeah. That was the Wizard.
The monkey was the wizard?
No, the Wizard was the man shouting, "Welcome to Oz! Welcome to Oz!"
But I thought Kevin Nash was the wizard.
No, he was just Oz.
Oh, he was Oz.
He's the great and powerful Oz.
Oh, okay.
And the Wizard was Kevin Sullivan in a weird plastic mask.
Yeah, and how quickly did they retool Kevin Nash's character after this?
I think he actually kind of this was May, he lasted till about October.
That's surprising, actually.
And then he became Vinny Vegas, a wise talking guy from Las Vegas.
All right.
Yep.
Then he became a male stripper in Tampa with
Yes.
Channing Tatum.
Yep.
He just spent that character. I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was... I mean, what did they do? Any other movie tie-ins besides Wizard of Oz?
Not that
overtly.
Yeah, I mean they did have a guy dressed in a yellow and purple unitard that had web slingers called Arachne the Man. He did not last too long.
They got a call from Disney's lawyers or Marvel's whoever.
Yeah.
DC Comics lawyers and said, hello.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's obviously Spider-Man. Just in WCW colors. And then, who else did they... No, that was kind of like direct. I mean, obviously plenty of things were like influenced by movies, but not this blatant.
Yeah, it was not great.
And then from there, what was...
Next was 1992. We had a 8-man tag team with Rick Rude, Jake Roberts, Vader, and the Super Invader.
Yeah.
Their team was Sting, Nikita Koloff, and the Steiner Brothers. So this match was actually a normal match, but then it went to that really weird movie with Jesse Ventura.
Yes, yeah, that's what the main reason for it was. Wait, Jesse Ventura? He's not in the movie.
But there was a post interview. I said the post interview with Jesse Ventura.
Oh, yeah.
But
then that goes to the first of the mini movies.
Right. So tell me about the mini movies.
So, I think this was Dusty Rhodes doing where he decided because they were given these huge budgets to make something for matches, and he decided to do some sort of drug and write up these.
Yeah.
So the first one has Sting going to some seedy bar kind of place.
And Hannibal Lecter's there.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter's there. Medusa's there.
Mm-hmm.
This is the very first appearance of Cheatum, the evil midget.
Oh, really? The first one?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they only brought him out for the big mini movies. You can't.
The boat one was good. That was. We'll get to that. Yeah.
So and then they're all chanting about spinning the wheel.
Make the deal.
Which was the big Halloween Havoc main event between Jake Roberts and Sting. And then at the end, they stare each other down, and lasers come out of their eyes.
Logical conclusion.
Yeah, that did not happen during the match, unfortunately.
They didn't even try some gimmick. They put special glasses on.
No, they had a coal miner's glove match, which was the least interesting of all the options on the wheel.
Coal miner's glove.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a thing they did back in the 70s and 80s, a big black glove that you mine coal with, I guess, that is supposed to knock someone out if you punch them with it.
Oh, it's really heavy. It's yeah.
The match itself ended with Cactus Jack coming on and giving a snake to Jake the Snake, and then the snake bit Jake on the face.
Nice.
So,
that's better.
Yeah, that should have just been a snake
match.
Bite your face match.
That wasn't on the wheel?
That wasn't on the wheel, unfortunately. They had to make do with what they could.
Okay. So yeah, this was so how many of these mini movies are there in total?
3.
Okay, we watched 2 of them.
We watched all 3.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, so the next one was the...
Oh yeah, the White Castle of Fear. How could I forget?
Where Sting receives an invitation to Vader's White Castle.
In the Rocky Mountains.
In the Rocky Mountains, and takes a helicopter there.
Obviously. They must have had a pretty big budget.
Yeah, well, it's not really...
But I rent a helicopter?
That was probably like stock footage.
Oh. Well, this game is probably green screen. Oh, I'm stupid. Never mind.
I don't think they really had Sting flying around in the Rocky Mountains.
We could have had a real helicopter.
Maybe.
Like, probably not.
Probably sitting like on the ground in a real helicopter to film those scenes.
Okay, fair enough.
So Sting goes to the White Castle Fair, and there's a lot of women, like scantily clad, just kind of lying all about.
But Cheatum's there again.
Cheatum's there again. Yeah, he's kind of got some sort of, I wouldn't say slave, but some sort of indentured servitude, I think, to Vader. Harley Race.
Yeah.
They probably have some sort of ownership of him. And then, Vader eventually comes out and eats a feast with Sting.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then, this one didn't have as much of a... Well, they start pulling the strap.
Right.
Over the dinner table.
That's right. Yeah, this is the weakest of the 3.
Yeah, I thought so too. But then I think it does result in the best match.
The strap match?
Which we did watch, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was gross how Vader's bleeding from his back. That's not good.
Yeah, Vader's back gets busted open and Sting's bleeding, which was very rare for him.
Really?
Yeah, he did not bleed too often, so it's...
By his choice, or...?
Yeah, kind of like... Well, 93 there wasn't... Like, 92 through 95, they kind of like tried to cut down on the blood because, people weren't...
Germs.
People knew what AIDS were, but really weren't sure how it spread, so...
Yeah.
And this was kind of weird that both guys just... Hold on. That both guys just kind of bleed... I mean, Vader from the back, so it's not...
Ugh, it didn't cut him still.
But I think he also bleeds, like, from his ear.
Mm-hmm.
So it was... Yeah, they were definitely using a... That strap was... The shots with the strap were pretty thick.
Yeah, absolutely. But the match itself wasn't like a... I don't know, it was fine.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I like my
Vader
Sting matches.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
Did this make your top list?
Yeah, it was pretty high. I could look it up real quick. Oh, it was 23.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The next one, the last mini movie, now that was...
Oh, that's a two-parter.
Two-parter.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about next, right?
Yes.
Yes. Sting and the British Bulldog versus Sid and Vader.
Yep.
And they really had... First, they were somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, no. Before that, even, they have the press conference
to
announce the
That's right.
The Masters of the Powerbomb team-up. And it's in, like, a construction zone / bar.
Yeah, I don't know what those sets are supposed to be.
And, I mean, lots of fans for both these two monster heels, where apparently WCW thinks dumb wrestling fans wear construction hats. They have their signs up all the time.
Obviously. A lot of their marketing department's hard at work.
Yes. And Vader dressed nicely in his suit with Harley Race in his suit. And they talk about how they're teaming up with Sid Vicious and Colonel Robert Parker to take down Sting and Davey Boy Smith. And then we go to somewhere on the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, that's right. How did they get Sting and Davey Boy together?
They were just kind of the two top
Gotcha.
faces, so, and like top faces are always friends with each other.
Obviously.
So
that's how the world works.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico playing volleyball.
Yes, playing volleyball with, I'm sure,
a lot of children.
I'm sure they were like orphan children or something.
Obviously,
yeah. Pour it on. And then all of a sudden...
their single moms were all there.
Yeah, that's true.
Or their older sisters. I don't know.
Then all of a sudden, Vader, Sid, Harley Race, and Robert Parker pull up in a D-Day boat.
Obviously, like a gunboat.
Yeah. And they get off. Sid's wearing his flip-flops of
Obviously.
Doom. And his wrestling tights. And Vader's in his wrestling tights also. Because why wouldn't he?
We're going to get your boots wet, like your wrestling boots.
True. Vader's also wearing the mask, which it's pretty hot out there in the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know. Maybe you should leave that
That's part of his gimmick.
Yeah, but he always takes it off like halfway through a match, so.
I don't know.
So anyways, they come to challenge come to offer Sting and Davey Boy Smith the retirement village of their choice.
That's right.
Which they will have none of. Meanwhile, Cheatum the Evil Midget, for some reason, in his stealth disguise, has a shark fin on. So he's calling attention to himself in this, which doesn't make sense.
No, because they think he's a shark and you run away.
Yeah, but no one's afraid of him. He's a 3-foot midget. So he pulls up and he's got a big water thermos.
Obviously.
Which is obviously a bomb.
Uh-huh.
He plants it on the boat, a Sting and Davey Boy's boat, while also talking to like 2 4-year-old girls who are not good actresses at all.
Well, no. They weren't really cast for their... I don't think these people had their SAG cards in these videos.
Well, I mean, they talk on television. Could get it.
Yeah.
And then, so Vader and Sid leave, dejected that Sting and Davey Boy Smith did not decide to retire right there on the island.
Beach. Yeah.
And then Sting decides to go to the boat, and the 4-year-olds come and flub their way through.
Yeah.
There's a guy and a clock on the boat.
Yeah.
Davey Boy obviously knows right away that this means there's a bomb on the boat, and runs through the air and clotheslines Sting.
Yeah, the physics is he was on one side of the boat, and somehow he ended up like jumping over the entire boat to get Sting off, basically.
Yeah.
The physics, the mechanics did not really work.
Yeah, the explosion goes off, and all the kids are very worried.
Yes.
We don't know what happened. And at the very end, the British Bulldog and Sting jump out of the water, and everyone's happy, and apparently they somehow make it off the island eventually.
Yeah, I mean, how did they get off the island if their boat got blown up?
I mean, well, this whole thing was filmed, so hopefully WCW saw it and decided to... Well, the Saturday night that we watched it on, the very next match was a British Bulldog match.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
I guess they're just saying what did happen, and this was in the past. This wasn't live.
right.
If it was live, apparently they would have cut out
traveled,
the, you know, if Sting had perished on the boat, they probably would have cut that out if it was live.
Well, yeah, I think that would have been a little dark.
Yeah. So then we go to the match itself.
Yeah.
From Beach Blast.
I didn't have too many notes. It just was impressive they can get Vader up in a suplex.
Yeah.
That is
that's
a feat. Davey Boy does that.
It, and he does like the delayed version of it where he holds him up there for like 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, and all those steroids working.
Yeah, Davey Boy here is ridiculously
he's pretty juiced.
Gassed. And then it's a pretty good tag match though for the guys in it. Like Sid's not really known for great work, and Bulldog usually needs someone better than him to carry him.
Okay.
So. But it's pretty good, and it features Vader busting out his moonsault for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, it gets kicked out of right away.
Yeah.
Well, Sting breaks it up right away. And then Bulldog ends up like rolling up Vader for the win.
Yep.
And then...
this was ridiculous.
Yeah, so then we go to Clash of the Champions, also 1993. And it's a Flair for the Gold.
Wait.
Really? Or there's something...
Did I miss the notes? That was great.
Oh, yeah. Next is the Flair for the Gold, where Sting and Davey Boy Smith again are with Ric Flair on his fake interview set.
Oh, yes.
And setting up the War Games match, and Sid and Harley come out to yell at them. Sid is wearing like a very sheer white linen shirt that is like soaked with sweat.
Yeah. Oh, this is the best.
And
yeah.
Sting and Davey Boy Smith decide to reveal their partner, who will shock the world because he's the shock master. And the pyro goes off, and the hole opens up in the wall, and old tugboat Typhoon Fred Atman trips right over it.
Oh yeah, that was good. And I was just listening to your Davey Boy in the background.
Oh, he followed right on his fucking ass.
And his like headpiece came off.
His glitter sparkled stormtrooper helmet, which apparently was that's going to make him a feared superstar.
Yeah, especially since you made a good point. Like half the glitter is like
dripping into his chest here, which is it's quite the look.
Oh yeah,
and
that's a Halloween costume for you.
Yeah,
a very very inside one.
It's not that hard. Get a stormtrooper helmet. Use a lot of glitter.
Yep. fall down the whole night.
Yeah, but if it was Halloween, I'd have to keep finding things to fall over and stuff, so
Yeah.
that could be tough.
That's all right. We don't really go out anywhere.
Yeah,
anyways.
that's true. Yeah.
So, if you want to...
Well, of course, 2020 decided until it waited for a year where most of the holidays were on the weekend.
Obviously.
Couldn't do anything for the whole year.
Yeah. Well, if you want to sit on the couch and wear a purple sparkly stormtrooper mask. Well, no, I don't have much glitter in the house.
Yeah, that was good to know. So the story behind this was...
Yeah, what's the deal with this?
This is right in the peak of Dusty Rhodes booking again still.
Okay.
And the guy was Fred Ottman, who was also known as Tugboat.
Okay, yeah, I can picture him.
And he was actually, I think he's Dusty Rhodes' brother-in-law.
Okay.
Because he always talks about how we call him Uncle Freya. Because it's, what Cody Rhodes would call him. So he, had decided to give him a job and wanted to make him, this big, not, good monster. Because he had Sid and Vader and the other team, so.
Gotcha. And
then, earlier in the day, they went through, a rehearsal of it. It went fine. And then to, reinforce the wall so that it wouldn't, blow over during the live event, someone put a board on the bottom. Uncle Fred didn't notice the board on the bottom and tripped right over it.
Sure did.
And then, also, the guy doing the, voice,
right.
was, all garbled and stuff. He started talking originally before Uncle Fred was even standing up, making it look even more ridiculous, if possible.
Oh, that's funny.
And then, so, 2 weeks later when the Shockmaster, kept wrestling, they kind of made it into his gimmick that he was, a clumsy construction worker.
Oh, okay.
Rather than...
Try to lean into it.
Stormtrooper guy.
Did he lose the sparkle helmet then?
Yeah.
Oh, he has sparkle construction hat or something?
No, it was just a normal construction hat.
Okay, aw.
Yeah. Well, don't fall over. Killed the gimmick.
The sparkles doesn't really seem too, intimidating,
Yeah. Well, I think we probably just had a Stormtrooper helmet and was well, we can't just put it out there unaltered.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I want to take a quick break right here to tell you all about everything that's going on at the Place to Be Nation. First of all, check out our new PTB Wrestling Network store and show off your favorite podcast logo and great merchandise like t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Just go to www.tpublic.com and type PTBW in the search.
Pro Wrestling Love reaches episode 16 as Marty and Mike begin their list of the 25 best matches from Japan in the 2000s.
Neil and Dave go back to February of 1993 for the newest episode of Chronology, including radio host Bam Bam Bigelow.
The newest episode of Wrestling's Chicken Salad has Ben Locke and his crew going back to Las Vegas for the historically maligned WrestleMania 9.
On the NWA Saturday special, Scott and the Doctor have more news on the NWA's first pay-per-view in over a year. Then they conclude their GWCW list with a top 10.
Join Sean, Callum, and the Doctor for the newest episode of NWA Crock and Roll, where they have as a guest, the legendary Nikita Koloff. That's cool.
Yeah. Please rate, review, and subscribe. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Just search Place to Be Wrestling Network.
Check out all the other feeds on our quad of pods.
The PTB Pop Experience is all about pop culture. We have the best in TV, movies, comics, trivia shows, and so much more.
Jennifer Smith is always in the Jenny position with her unique take on pop culture and life. Her feed is loaded with great shows ranging from movies, books, Marvel, and more.
Join JT Rosero, Aaron George, and Chad Campbell for great shows on wrestling, comics, and more with the North-South Connection feed. Check out the histories of WWE, TNA, and other great wrestling topics and takes.
Also, Glenn and Scott Butler are continuing their spectacular journey through music, films, and more on the Non-Toxic Fanboys podcast, where they try to enjoy the things they love. Find them at Non-Toxic Fanboys on Twitter, nontoxicfanboys.com, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Make sure to join the Rejuvenated Place to Be discussion group on Facebook. Go to Facebook, look up Place to Be, and request an invite. Discussions and fun with wrestling, movies, tournaments, and all forms of pop culture.
Our 2020 stretch project is determining the greatest NWA/WCW wrestler of all time. Go to facebook.com//GWCW matches and join the group to discuss nominees.
Also, be sure to check out theplacetobnation.com each and every day. We have new voices and fresh takes bringing you articles on topics in the world of wrestling, sports, and pop culture, including Trent's SmackDown and Fox Report, This Week in the WWE by John Crow, Paulie's Perspective, Ben's Unpopular Opinion, and Matt's Disney live-action journey.
And if you're doing online shopping from Amazon, which we do a lot of, be sure to click on the banner on the right side of the Place to Be Nation homepage, or use placetobenation.com/Amazon, and it takes you right to Amazon and helps out PTBN with no cost to you. And while you're there, pick up a copy of longtime listener Adrian Cotton's second book, AWO Big Time Players, Episode 2, Continuing to Grow.
So then,
all right, yeah, that was the thing.
Sticking to the Rhodes family.
Oh my lord, yeah, this was ridiculous, and it was just so stupid and hard to follow, and like it wasn't really a good match, because how could it be a good match?
Right.
It was Dustin Rhodes versus the Blacktop Boy, King of the Road
Blacktop Bully.
Sorry, Blacktop Bully. Oh, excuse me, big difference. Yeah. On a King of the Road match, which talk about how this one came about.
So they had been feuding for a while, and originally the Blacktop Bully was just a bully in the crowd who would always taunt Dustin Rhodes. Eventually he became a wrestler, because, obviously. And his deal was that he was also a truck driver, and that's how he kept following them around from town to town and yelling at Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, so that was supposed to be his 18-wheeler?
No, it was just his specialty match.
Oh.
Apparently he's had a lot of matches in the back of an 18-wheeler.
All right.
Yeah, so they have a match in a moving 18-wheeler in like the back country roads of Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And there's hay in
the church bus
truck for some reason.
Yeah, it was like a livestock truck.
Yeah, I guess like they needed to put something in it, and hay made the most sense. Like,
yeah, because I mean, you couldn't just have like a bare, because you really couldn't take any of the bus on like a flatbed.
Yeah. So
I guess hay's your best option.
They needed it to be like chicken wire fenced in, so you could see it from outside.
It looked like a ball pit.
Yeah,
could have been a ball pit.
They could have done that. It would have worked just as well. So yeah.
Did they ever do a ball pit match, WCW?
No, WWF had a thing once where Crash Holly fought the Headbangers at like a Funland USA.
Nice.
He gives them a drop kick into the ball pit and stuff. So there's some questionable editing in this match.
Just a little. Time of day.
The time of day changes a few times. Dustin Rhodes has a shirt, then doesn't have a shirt sometimes. He's bleeding, but different amounts.
Did they realize immediately this was a bad idea? How come no one shot this down?
Yeah, I don't know, because it was obviously filmed. I think it was filmed at least the night before, maybe a week before. Mm-hmm. And yeah, at one point they have to stop because they have a car in front and then 3 cars in back.
Right.
So the car in front got to a fork in the road. There was a church bus coming, so everyone had to wait for the church bus to cross because they didn't want the church bus to get, sidetracked by 2 guys wrestling in the back of an 18-wheeler.
Right. Can happen.
So yeah, eventually the church bus passes by and they
obviously
are able to continue their match. And then they have a few times where they got sloppy in the editing and just say, "Oh, we're having interference."
Right. Oh yeah, the time of day changed.
Yeah,
interference.
Time of day. And
this one they did have a real helicopter for.
Yeah.
That was impressive. Yeah.
You're like, well, are they just going to have the one camera angle all the time? And then, nope, here comes the helicopter shot. Which
obviously.
I'm sure was nice and cheap.
Right, that's the thing. It seems like they put a lot of money into this thing, and it was...
Yeah, it was the opening match. And then, because at the time WCW had a very strict no blood policy, so the agent, the guy who put the match together, said that they should both bleed, and it would be fine. And then, sure enough, both guys got fired.
Really?
After the match, yes. Which led to Dustin Runnels going to WWF and becoming Goldust.
Oh, how about that?
This match created Goldust.
Indirectly,
yes.
Yeah. What about Blacktop Boy? What happened to him?
Well, he kind of just fit. He was Demolition Smash and Repo Man in WWF already, so he ended up going back to WCW as he had a couple different names. He was the golfer was Payne Stewart, right?
Yeah. Well,
he was Stuart Payne.
oh, nice.
And then he just, after he died, well, after Payne Stewart
died.
was the golfer.
Yes, and the car and then plane crash.
Plane crash, yeah. So then he just became Barry Hole-in-One Darsow, which was basically the same gimmick, just without the knickers and not named after a guy who was dead.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then, and he just kind of was like a weekend jobber in WCW.
Gotcha.
There's not a lot of heat you could get behind a golfing heel.
Sounds like it worked out for both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to do matches in 18-wheelers. I mean, did they realize, like, we could never do this again?
Probably.
We never should have done this.
Yeah, we never should have started this. And then...
Yeah, that's just... Yeah. Okay, then...
Yeah, it was not a good idea. And,
no.
Yeah.
Next, we went to the 1999 Nitro.
Yep.
Spring break. The ring was in a swimming pool.
Yep.
And this was Rey Mysterio versus Ric Flair.
Yep.
I didn't quite follow the beginning part with like the numbers and everything. So what was that about?
Ric Flair was champion and president.
That's right.
So he was kind of doing this thing where he had slowly been turning heel, and like this was like really ramping it up. So they did a thing where he said he'd fight anyone on the roster by a random drawing, but they did it so that like the only people that they gave numbers to were like luchadors and like low-level guys.
Okay.
So it would be an easy match. And then, because it wasn't supposed to be Rey Mysterio, it was, I think, El Dandy, the Mexican guy that was sitting in the back with like ice on his shoulder.
Oh.
It's his number, but then Rey Mysterio takes the number and says it's him. So.
Gotcha.
And it's weird, unmasked baby Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, really weird. Like you said, trying to be a gangster.
Yeah.
He's got his FUBU on.
He has
his
FUBU
giant
on.
chain,
Yeah.
no mask.
And, it was about a month after he had lost the mask, and just showing how stupid WCW is, because then 3 years later he came to WWF with the mask on, and for the next 20 years they've sold Rey Mysterio mask for $10 a pop, which is...
Right, that merch just sells itself.
Yeah, so WCW didn't want that constant stream of merchandise.
No, why would they want that money?
Yeah, that'd be...
Silly.
Stupid. You could have Rey Mysterio FUBU shirts instead. So yeah, it's nothing. It's like a 5-minute match.
Yeah, it's short. Arn Anderson interferes, and the ref, I think.
The ref was starting to
H,
get. Yeah, he was on the take also. So as soon as Arn Anderson pulls him out, he calls for the DQ because Rey Mysterio was getting offense and looked like he had the match won.
Gotcha. And then Rey Mysterio kind of tried to swing, like kick. I know they were going for, like, he swung off the rope and kicked Ric Flair into the water, but he didn't like kick hard.
He didn't
hard
connect.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't connect, and so Ric Flair does the totally forced like back and whoa.
Yeah, and there's a couple points in the match where it's clear that Ric Flair is old now.
Yeah.
And he's not hitting everything as crisp as he once did.
Nope.
But speaking of things hitting crisp, there is the one point where he's running on the floor and
oh yeah,
Rey Mysterio ducks Ric Flair, but Arn Anderson hits him with a clothesline that is
a hard one. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, non-masked Rey Mysterio is not the best, but he could still sell pretty well, and he takes that clothesline very straight on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that one felt good.
No, that one hurt. And yeah, so from 97 through 2001, they always had a spring break Nitro.
Oh, okay.
Fittingly enough, the last Nitro was a spring break episode, which kind of...
It works out.
It worked out because Vince McMahon could say it's fittingly enough in front of a bunch of drunken rednecks, which it was.
Drinking out of buckets, it looked like.
Yeah, the 99 crowd, they were getting after it.
Oh, they were not sober.
Beer.
Yeah. But it was probably some like green alcohol.
Yeah, it was probably
sugar,
like
water,
spring break.
whatever rum punch they were trying to unload that night.
Yes, at Club La Vila.
Yeah, Club La Vila.
Yes, the classy Panama City beach club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they had every year they had someone go in the pool eventually.
Well, yeah, you can't not have a pool.
And the one time it was pretty cool. Sting entered from a helicopter.
See, so he does go to the helicopters.
Yeah, Sting is. Yeah.
Is that a green? Are you sure it wasn't a green screen?
I'm pretty sure. Like almost, they had to test it, and they talked about it on a DVD, how when they were testing it earlier in the afternoon, they didn't think it was going to work because it
It's like super loud.
The helicopter was over a pool, so it's like the water's going crazy, and they were afraid it was going to like unmoor the ring and set the ring afloat. Obviously, it worked though, and then he was able to make his rappel down from a helicopter.
Wow.
Yep. So yeah, it's pretty good.
But we didn't watch that.
We didn't watch that. No. We watched.
That's too good. That's
we
too
watched
quality.
50-year-old Ric Flair trying to fall into a pool.
Yeah, by 20-year-old or 24-year-old baby Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, baby Ray
Yeah. So weird.
with his no tattoos.
Well, I think he had about 5 tattoos.
Yeah,
but
not the
nearly.
full. Yeah, now he's got like the spinal tattoo and
He's got a belly tattoo.
yeah.
Though you have to really stay in shape if you're going to get a belly tattoo.
Yeah. He ditched the chain eventually, but then he got the chain
Tattooed
tattooed on
on,
himself, so it's all good.
Yep. You should have gotten the FUBU logo tattooed on him too.
Yeah, looking back, he's probably
Yeah.
happy he doesn't have FUBU across his chest in big letters. It could be frowned upon.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so this was quite a week.
Yeah,
quite a month.
it's a good journey. A look at a snapshot of WCW.
Yeah. So how many do you think WWF has any moments that are equivalent or not nearly as ridiculous?
I think it's WWF wants their moments more more majestic and more spaced in wrestling.
Okay.
So I think some of the early WrestleMania pay-per-view openings are kind of goofy, but they're 20 seconds and they're directly related to that match.
Gotcha.
There's WrestleMania 6 starts with looking at different celestial figures in space, but then it finally goes to Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior, and that's the match. So it kind of makes sense. And they didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars making those, probably.
Probably not. God, I hope they didn't spend more than $100 making that boat one.
Oh,
I'm sure they spent a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty expensive.
To rent a yacht and fake blow it up.
Yeah,
and do we do a D-Day gunboat?
Yeah. Get some of the finest children actors.
Obviously. Get that fin for
Cheatum, yeah. His costume was so good.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious. It sounds like because they really kind of went a lot of different directions.
Yeah.
WCW.
Yeah. And then this ends the GWCW list.
It
Well,
definitely does.
Wraps a bow on it for good. So the next project is going to be the greatest WCW wrestler ever.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And like I said, it's really who's your 2 through 100.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair will be one for most
Right.
people, I'm guessing.
I think Ric Flair, Vader, Sting.
Yeah.
Top 10.
So what I'm thinking is each month we'll watch 4 or 5 matches of a guy and then a couple of it, because this isn't just strictly match quality. It's
It's
their
about
character,
right?
and interviews and stuff. So
It's like a Miss America pageant.
oh yeah, yeah. Wait till we see Dusty Rhodes in the swimsuit
All right,
competition.
love it.
And so we'll watch a couple promos of everyone and kind of get that all squared away.
That
And
sounds fun.
might have to do some digging, get creative to watch all of this because of the great Peacock takeover.
Yeah. Well, you have a vast.
Yeah,
hard drive.
I have a nice collection otherwise.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah, so we will see you next month when we will kick it off with a look at the American Dream, the wrestling booker who gave you the White Castle up there, and the Masters of the Powerbomb versus the Allied Powers, and many other great things, but also all of the great WCW or Jim Crockett promotions such in the mid-'80s. All of that.
Oh, wow.
Good
Okay.
and bad.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes will be here with us next month, so we'll talk to you then.
Bye.